were the tribes, all of them.
Right, because there's 12.
Yeah.
There's 12.
But what I know is that that's what I know. As a Christian, I know that there is the tribe of Judah, also are the ones who stayed in Israel.
So now, have y'all ever heard of where they actually come from? Yeah, where did they come from?
Well, Abraham started out in...
No, I'm talking about in particular. When you look at the people that's ruling in Jerusalem, where did they migrate from?
A whole lot of them were out of Eastern Europe.
That's what I know. There's some of them that stay there. They didn't migrate. Not all of them migrate. Have you seen this
From
show?
Europe or from Jerusalem?
No, from Jerusalem. Have you seen this show? What's the name of that? That according to him, he traced some of the tribes that migrate, and he went to, believe me or not, they went to India. They went to all the side of Pakistan, on China, and he found that people they call themselves Jews because they practice everything about Judaism.
So now let me tell you.
And he traced all of them. And the name of the tribes match with the actual tribe from there. It matched with the tribes original culture. Who knows who they are the ones?
So everywhere that the Israelites went, they made proselytes. You see that in the Bible. So like in India, during the time of Queen Esther and Ahasuerus, a lot of people started learning the commandments because of what happened to Haman. So there are proselytes made everywhere, but the actual descendants, people don't know who they are. So you have a lot of people claiming to be Jews. Like he said, the people in Jerusalem today came from Eastern Europe, Eastern and Central Europe. They come out of the Caucasus Mountains. They used to be called Khazars. Khazar, like you heard of Julius Caesar? You know that's actually pronounced Khazar. It's Caesar. Khazar. Yeah, same. It's the same thing.
No, in English it's pronounced as Caesar, yeah. But how is it said in Latin? As in, sort of the original pronunciation, Caesar. Caesar.
All throughout history, you can trace them. Those are not the descendants of Jacob. And we got plenty of books to prove it. So they got defeated by the Rus. The Russians were called the Rus at one time. Converts. That's why it's such an upheaval. There's always war going on in Jerusalem and in the land of Israel. That's why, because they're not the people. If you read in the Bible, it said the controversy of Zion, meaning the controversy of the Lord's land. They don't belong there. They're going to start World War III. Right? Now I'm going to read this for you. And it goes
The Iron Curtain Over America by John Beatty.
So John Beatty was a former general in the U.S. Army.
Okay.
Chapter 2, Russia and the Khazars, paragraph 3. These people had been driven westward from Central Asia and entered Europe by the corridor between the Ural Mountains and the Caspian Sea. 1453. By slow stages, the Khazars extended their territory eventually to the Sea of Azov.
You ever heard of the Azov Battalion?
I don't think so.
So they're the ones that's mainly fighting against Russia. That's who Vladimir Putin said he wanted to get them out of Ukraine because they're Nazis.
Around the year 600, a belligerent tribe of half Mongolian people similar to the modern Turks.
Hold on, belligerent tribes. So they always been known for being a warlike people.
Yeah.
So when you think about what's going on in the land of Israel, this should make perfect sense. Go ahead.
Conquered the territory of which is now southern Russia. Before long, the kingdom Khanate of the Khazars, as is...
So that would be the ruler. He wanted a religion for his people. They worship the phallus.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Like the ancient Egyptians. Yeah, that's why they had those obelisks and stuff. That's what they worship.
Yeah.
He adopted a form of the Jewish religion at a date generally placed at 741 AD, but believed by Bernardeschi to be as late as 865.
So what they did, Babylon wasn't too far. So they had real Jews come from Babylon, from Iraq, into the Caucasus Mountains to teach them the laws of God. And also they gave them the Babylonian Talmud, which is a bunch of witchcraft.
This discussion convinced him that the Jewish faith was the most preferable, and he decided to embrace it. Thereupon, he and about 4,000 Khazars were circumcised. It was only by degrees that the Jewish gained a foothold among the population.
Now to the bottom. So they got circumcised and started keeping the commandments. But the main thing that they rely on is the Babylonian Talmud. That's why they so weird. That's why they wear the black hats, dress in black, and all that weird stuff that's outside of the Bible. With the curl. Yeah, the side locks and stuff. But that's not what that means. It's
rounding the corner of your head.
Yeah, Leviticus 19:27. So they think you don't.
Right after it says don't get tattoos.
Yeah, so it says you're not supposed to cut this off. They saying you have to let it grow. That is, you don't see in all the but artifacts that have been found. You never see any artifact of the Israelites with that. You never see it. That's some crazy new belief. And they got plenty of stuff like over in Europe that they got in the museums showing the Israelites. And nobody has no side locks. That's they weird.
A successor of Bulan, who bore the Hebrew name of Obadiah, was the first to make serious efforts to further the Jewish religion. He invited Jewish sages to settle in his dominions, rewarded them royally, founded synagogues and schools, caused instruction to be given to himself and his people in the Bible and the Talmud, and introduced a divine service modeled on the ancient communities. After Obadiah came a long series of Jewish, Chagins? For according to a fundamental law of the state, only Jewish rulers were permitted to ascend the throne.
Right, so you can drop that. So you have a lot of people, a lot of those descendants of Khazars calling themselves the Jewish people have done the research and found this out for themselves. And there's like Shlomo Sands. Then there's a guy made the book called The 13th Tribe. After he made that book, they killed him. Then there's a guy named Kevin Black. It's either Kevin Brook or Kevin Black. He's Jewish. He wrote this book called The Transfer Agreement. And he got blackballed after he wrote that book. What that book is about is how, you know how they say Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews? That book is about, there's a deal that the Nazis made with the leaders of the Jewish people to take their money and their goods and ship them to Israel. That's how they got there. That started in 1933. They made a deal. Not only did they do that with the Germans, they did that with Poland, Russia, and other European countries. That's how they got there.
And in 1948, they established it.
Yep, 1948, they put them in there.
For the pure ever Virgin Mary.
That's idolatry.
Of course, in third grade, they never told us what a virgin was.
People still get that mixed up today.
You know, a virgin is just she's 20 years old. That's all that means.
Really?
Yeah, because a woman that's you can't deal with her until she's 20 years old. That's why. So at that age, they become a virgin.
Okay.
We'll show you a script on chapter 2. It's Luke chapter 2. Anna.
The prophetess from the tribe of Asher.
Yeah.
I read this once or twice.
That's it. Yeah, read that. Watch this.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 36. And there was one, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was of a great age and had lived with her husband 7 years from her virginity.
See, 7 years from her virginity. So when she was 27, that's when she got married.
Okay.
So the way we've been taught the Bible, period, is wrong. That virgin, it only means she's old enough to get married. So from her virginity, from 20 years old, it was 7 years when she got married. She was 27.
Are you familiar with a book called The Two Babylons?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
We read last week. We read out of that recently, I feel like. That was just
I'm
Easter.
straight stuff there.
Yeah, 'cause they went over there and did the research.
And yeah, you got a page of footnotes here, and then appendix in the back, and
I think that's Alexander Hislop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
This man's got a heck of a library.
Oh,